Welcome in Magic players and Commander players. The limited format for Lorwyn Eclipse is fantastically grueling and horrendously, amazingly difficult. All of those words together. If you want to hear about my experience and maybe some tips and tricks, keep watching the video. My name's Super. I've been playing for 21 years and I absolutely love Magic. But I haven't been drafting for very long. I did it a few times IRL, way back in the good old days. We're talking like Theros and stuff like that. It wasn't until Avatar release that I finally wanted to give Limited a try. Wanchy Tongue Library. Wow, did I call the... Oh, man. Yo, Wanchy Tongue Library, let's go. Okay, and I absolutely love Avatar. It lit a fire under me that... man, it really scratched the nostalgia of Magic and the nostalgia of that awesome show. So I only did 5 drafts because I got sick and then life took over. And I did 4 wins once. And that was the most I had ever done. Basically all the other ones were 2 or less. It was not good. I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. Wow. Holy crud, did I get my pub stomped right to the ground. Jeebus. So when Lorwyn Eclipse came around, I decided I'm gonna grind hard and I'm gonna grind until I can get to what I feel like is the top of my skill level. And let me tell you, some of these times the cards will check you and your opponent's deck will check you harder. Okay, so I have a list of some decks here that I'm gonna show off. And then we'll talk about what my final score is, my best one that I got just this morning of recording. It's more than 4. So as you can see, this is 3 wins. Let's see if I can scooch this bad boy over. Okay, cool. So we got 3 wins here. This was my first draft. Mirror form was crazy cool. I think it took a game or 2. Glisterbairn, Balm, whatever you want to say its name. It is really powerful. However, that 3 blip, yeah, look at this mana base. Look at this ridiculous mana base. I'm shocked I got 3 wins. But Sig Wanderwine, the one that gives you unblockable and lets you draw a card, that is really powerful here. Yeah, this is kind of nonsense. I think let's be honest, I kind of got lucky with 3 wins here. Second one, 3 wins. We went like a weird white aggro deck. And as you can see, the Reaping Willow, definitely an MVP. If you can get that card to work, the tree, it reanimates creatures 3 or less. It is so good if you can get it to stick. That triple hybrid mana will kill you if you're not careful though. So these Miro Skywimmer, honestly, if I would have worked this deck a little bit better, I think this could have been an easy 5-6 win. Because drafting 4 of those is insane and those things are so powerful. But let's be honest, this deck was way too top heavy. I fumbled around in the beginning. I didn't have enough support cards. 3 wins, pretty good. My first 4 wins was green-blue of all things. Now, mostly elves, but honestly, it was just a good deck. It had a great curve. I should have went more. I should have won more. But Sapling Nursery here, the thing that gives you tree folks when you play a land is so powerful. But I just stumbled. I really just stumbled. And come to find out, 16 lands really isn't enough. You should probably always do 17 unless you're a hyper aggressive deck. I really didn't know that. Again, going into this, I had only drafted, like 7 or 8 times now. So getting 4 wins, pretty cool. Now, we got to 2 wins. This is my first sealed. You look at this sealed deck and you're like, how did you only get 2 wins? Sometimes the cards just be like that. Look at this. High Perfect Morcant, Chronicle of Victory. I mean, it's like, look, two of your lesson emissaries. Like, dude, this should have went 7. I should have got a trophy for this. But I didn't. It didn't. 2 wins, Sag. We go on. Green, black, random stuff, 1 win. And then, look at that. I'm back up atop. 4 wins with Elementals. Elementals, crazy strong. Cinder Strike, a crazy strong card. Now, I wasn't too impressed with, I think I ended up cutting it here. I drafted it. It's a 3-drop that when you cast a spell, I'll put another picture up here. When you cast a spell that costs 4 or more, you get to discard a card and draw a card. I was not satisfied with that. That always felt like I didn't have the extra card. This deck felt super strong. It felt streamlined. It felt good. Honestly, wish I would have drafted a couple Summit Sentinels more. That way when it, you dies, you draw a card. If you got the Travelers out, you draw 2 cards when it dies. It's fantastic. Those Rooftop Perchers, do not underestimate flying, gain life, snag a couple of these from the graveyard. Such a powerful card. Such a powerful draft card. And of course, Thunderflock, everyone knows that card's busted. If you see that thing in limited and you have any chance of drafting elementals, you play that card. It is so strong. We're not going to talk about 7. That's why I didn't put it up there. And then I got a little sad. This was my favorite deck. I just went like fun, big stuff. And it didn't work. You guys can tell me if you feel like this should have got more than 2 wins. I don't know. I felt like it should have 10 the Sprigs. I forgot that you're changeling your tree folk. So your changelings help you get to the 3/4 that sorcery can cast. That came up in a game and I was like, wait, what is going on? Am I bugged? Nope.
Reading is hard.
My next sealed Kithkin, unfortunately for this one, here's the deal. I had flyers. I had the Merfolk flyers. I had at least 2 of them. They should have went in the deck for the Thawweft Imbuer to give onto a creature, but I just didn't think about it. I was so focused on Kithkin. So unfortunately, this deck went 3 wins. I should have went more, but I had no evasion. I had no trample guy. I had like 1 trample guy. It just wasn't enough. I stalled out and then they killed me in the air. It was super unfortunate, honestly. And then my 5 win. Goblins. Goblins. Of all the weakest archetype, I go 5 wins. And the MVP, of course, Soul Emulation, absolutely busted. If you put Reaping Willow, something with really high toughness, in with a Soul Emulation, whew, I'll put it up on the screen here. There were multiple times where I cleared tons of creatures, and it is disgusting. But the sneaker, the one that I didn't really understand how powerful it was until I put into play, was the Mud Button Curse Tosser. Say that 5 times fast. That's just a funny card. If you put that in a Goblin deck, you're going to have a good time. Whenever that creature dies, okay, so you behold a Goblin or pay 2, 2/1 for 1. Whenever this creature dies, destroy target creature an opponent controls with power 2 or less. Do not underestimate how many creatures that are converted mana value 3, 4, 5 that have power 2 or less that you get to snipe for 1 mana. There were tons of times where I went to Blight or my Bile Boggart would die. I immediately killed the Mud Button to kill one of their creatures. There were a bunch of games where I used my Auntie Sentence. Also, let's be honest, 3 of them, too many. That should have been 2 and something else should have been in there. But hindsight 2020. I use Auntie Sentence, give my Mud Button a -2/-2 to kill one of my opponent's creatures to swing in with my Chaos Spewers. Whew! 5 wins with this deck felt good. If you draft Soul Emulation, you are immediately sitting pretty. That card is crazy powerful. I cannot wait to pick one up IRL for sure. So we talked about Mud Button. Mwah. Such a powerful card. Don't underestimate. You drop a couple of these. That Goblin deck wasn't even that good, but these things are so good. Pestered Wellguard killed me so many times. I don't even want to talk about it. The fact that you tap this, you poop a 1/1 out with flying is so strong. Do not underestimate this. This is close to a pack 1, pick 1 card because being able to tap it is so easy. Keep an eye on it. This will kill you if you do not immediately answer it. Gut Splitter Gang, this is a goblin that every time I see on the other side of the field, it's a problem. Typically, if this is out, I die. A 6/6 for 4 in this format, when you're smashing, and sometimes you got like 1 creature left. And maybe you're sitting pretty and you have that tree out. That thing is 6 defense. If they pay life and they're coming in, you don't want to lose. And then you're taking 6 to the face. Scarblade Scout, I think all of us understand now this card is crazy powerful. A 2/2 lifelink. For the first couple days, I didn't see this at all. I didn't see this card at all. And then all of a sudden, poof, the atomic bomb went off and people were like, 2/2 lifelink, turn 2 in this format. Crazy good. And yeah, they were right. Hovel Hurler, I don't like this card. because it's killed me a lot. And every time I draft it, it doesn't kill anyone. That's just the way Magic is, right? Rule number one, if a card works for your opponent, it does not mean it's going to work for you. Stoic Grove Guide. I think we all understand that a 5/4 for 5, and you could exile from your graveyard to make a 2/2 is really good. But this thing's killed me a lot. I hate it. And every time I see it in the draft, I'm like, man, you know, maybe I'll pick something else. And then every time I see it on the field, it just kills me, and it's annoying. You should probably draft this card, even if you're not in Elves. It's got a good rate. Being able to just dump it early and then make a cheap blocker, worst case scenario. Do not underestimate that. Kinscare Century. If you don't kill this, the amount of life gain they get is so frustrating. To be honest, I haven't seen anyone poop a dude out with this, but I've seen them gain 10 to 12 life over the course of the game, which basically just takes you out of goblin territory for sure and sets you up for a super grindy game. You have to take care of this card very quickly when you see it. Champion of the Weird. This thing's going to give me nightmares. Not only because of the face, but because it has single-handedly ruined multiple games of Magic with me. It is the most feels bad card in the format, and I don't think it's close. Give me the blue elemental that bounces my stuff most of the time. It's not going to matter. This thing will just murder you. It'll just take your dreams. It's such a feel bad card. They just get it and win. I don't even want you to draft this card. If you open it, I want you to burn it. I want you to rip this card into teeny tiny bite-sized pieces and then eat it in front of people so they call you weird. You become the champion of the weird, and then you get to blight everyone. And Soul Emulation, MVP, 5 wins. Let's fucking go. Oh, also, Prideful Feastling, hello, 2/3 lifelink changeling. Y'all, seriously, don't sleep on that. That card is so good. I've never been sad to see that card in my life. That card, I'm gonna get a foil and I'm gonna kiss it. Do y'all know what it's like to draft Aurora the Awakener, being able to cast it once when you drafted it and you were gonna win anyways? It doesn't feel very good. I still really like this card, but you probably shouldn't draft it. The Vivid 5-color deck is extremely strong. It's probably right up there with the blue-black elves, with black-green elves. But it's so difficult to get the 7 mana. This format can be so fast and so aggressive. It can be over before you get to this mana. So yes, I am not a pro. 5 wins is a big deal for me. You guys can tell me in the comments. Are you struggling like I am? Like, is it as difficult for you to get 4 wins and 5 wins as it is for me? Or am I floating out here? Is it difficult for some of you to even get 3? I feel like I can get 3 pretty easily and not have to try too hard. The first few games when you're playing draft, you just have to calm your nerves. I don't know about you all. I get so nervous and I don't know why. I'm shaking in my chair when I play these games. Now I'm much better. So I'm like 20 games in now. Finally 5 wins. My arena, I started with like 60k gems, no, 60k coins and like 5k gems, and I have like 10k coins left and 4k gems. So yes, just because green black elves are on top, merfolk and kithkin and elementals, just because all those are super powerful, do not underestimate the power of Mud Button Curse Tosser with a Shadow Urchin. Shadow Urchin drew me like 8 cards throughout this draft. It was super effective. And like I said, Willow with Soul Emulation. Whew. Just even being able to hit all your opponent's creatures for even 3 damage can just smoke the whole table. It feels great. All right, you guys can tell me in the comments what you think. Hopefully I was in frame for all that. I don't know, man. I was talking like crazy. This was kind of a rambly video, but I've been trying super hard on this Lorwyn stuff. I've been trying super hard to get better at draft. It is so grueling because sometimes you build what feels like a beautiful deck and you go 1. You go 1 win and 3 losses, and then you want to quit the world. And then you build the trashiest trash amongst trash and you get 3 wins and you're like, what is this world? What do we live in? I don't know. So thank you for watching. I will link, I didn't talk throughout my 5 win. I will link a video of a draft. If you guys want to see what I do, if you want to compare what you do to what I do, if you're super good at this and you want to watch that and you want to give me some tips and tricks as well, I'd be more than happy to have it. So I'll link that in the video. It will not be public for the time being, so the only ones that are going to see it are the ones that watch this all the way through. So thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love this format. Do not let all the new spoilers of TMNT and Marvel and all that stuff ruin Lorwyn Eclipse. It is a beautiful, amazing set. Thank you. Do I have to be talking yet?